explain why we're making popcorn music. But the real reason I brought you guys here is because I need to get 3,000 watch time hours and subscribers in order to monetize, because the real truth is we have an amazing product that's about to drop soon, a song that we've made that I'm so proud of, and very many more songs I hope to make with all of you guys on this channel here, Popcorn Music. Let me know if it's working. Hey, everybody, my chat screen's not working, Kim, but let me know if it's there. For some reason, it's showing weirdly over on my thing, but
well,
we are
I can see
filling
the chat,
up the...
so I can monitor that if you'd like.
See what it's doing? That's weird. Why is it showing
that
something?
That is weird.
I don't know. I can't see your chats yet, but I hope you guys are there. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you guys. We're going to hang for a bit. We're going to talk more about what happened in the Diddy trial, as well as some updates, and this will ultimately get trimmed to be a Blake Lively update on the channel. But again, the real reason I'm here is because the longer we can have you guys watching and build those watch time hours, we can quicker monetize this channel and then give you what I keep teasing, because I hate to give YouTube such a good quality content, Kim, and let them not monetize all the hard work. Yeah, so we're gonna try to do our best to get this as close to monetization as possible, and having you guys stream and having 1,000 of you watch for a little bit of time will help us tremendously. So thank you everybody who's tuned in. Please hit that subscribe as we watch and wait. We are gonna hang here for a bit and talk about Diddy, take your questions, and I'll answer questions about this channel as well. So welcome, hello everybody. Just what I needed, Kim, another channel. Are you excited? What do you think?
I am excited because I think you've got some amazing people that you're working with that are more than qualified to just make great content. And also, Andy is the type of person that he has lots of things going on all the time and a lot of creative energy. And it's always good to see you kind of funneling yourself into new stuff. So I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be really, really cool, and excited to see what you're going to create, because
yeah, I'm excited. This channel, as Kim says, is sort of an outlet when we have chance with some friends who are so talented to actually make you guys some more fun, more original comedic stuff, which is what my background actually is. If those don't remember, I did the show Honest Trailers back in the day on Screen Junkies, and I've done so many spoofs and old comedy videos and collabs and fun things throughout my years. So I'm very excited to get back in, and I teamed up with my buddy Jude. You can watch the video when you're done here. I'd love you to watch the video I made with Jude. It'll give you a little bit more detail about what we're doing, but I'll keep teasing it. We made the Taylor Swift diss track for Blake Lively. Imagine if Taylor Swift teamed up with Justin and wrote a song to scorch Blake Lively. That was the task. And I did it on a lark. I was like, hey, I wrote these lyrics. I wrote them like a real song too. Don't get me, this is not some AI nonsense. Kim knows what I'm talking about. I wrote it as like a real song, but like, you know, those who know are gonna be like, and then I handed it off to Jude, and I got it back and I nearly shit myself. I was like, what? This is way too good. This is way too good. You know what it makes me think of, Kim? Remember What Does the Fox Say? Where I remember listening to those guys who are like these comedians, and they are like, when they got in touch with like Katy Perry's producer, and they're like, hey, we'll give you a free song. What do you want? And they made fun of it, and they did What Does the Fox Say? But the production value and like the What Does the Fox Say was like way too good for such a dumb song. And so I relate to that here. I'm like, whoa, this is way, way, way better than I expected. And it's not AI. It's not, there's a couple AI ones already out there. No. I look, if you like what I just pitched you, I feel confident I'm going to deliver. We're going to deliver to satisfy what I just told you. Now, it's not Taylor Swift. It's inspired by Taylor Swift. It's not a spoof of one of her songs. It is something completely separate. It's our own thing. It's our own thing. And, but you will sense it. And it's, Kim, I play it in the car.
Yeah. I mean, like, my initial reaction was just why is it good? I don't mean that to be rude. It's just like, you gotta understand that like Andy and I sometimes have these conversations behind the scenes where he's like, I have this idea. And you'll go and you'll run with it.
And most of them don't get to this finish line. This one somehow did, which was crazy.
And it's stuff like for example, like we're gonna make the nub shirt. And I'm like, what are you doing with this nub shirt? And then it comes back and there's his nub shirt, and then I pitched my idea. But it's like, sometimes I go like, what is about to happen? Like, what are we doing? What is happening now? And so when he said I'm gonna try to write a song, I'm like, I'm expecting Moldy Pickle, okay? Like Can you blame me? I'm expecting multi-pickle. And then you send me this like rough draft and you literally are like, I literally have it pulled up. You're like, it's a very early mix. It still needs tweaks, but holy crap.
Yeah, and then what's crazy, that rough mix, they then went and like got a real engineer to mix it, which I can hear. It's like, oh my God, this is what real radio music is supposed to sound like. So anyway, that's why I'm excited. Like the level of quality on this was so much better than I could have expected. And then when Jude was like, we should do this all the time, I was like, okay. It's like, so Popcorn Music is where Jude, who's going to handle the music, I'm going to handle sort of brainstorm the YouTube of it all, the ideas and stuff. And then we'll team up and we're going to sort of attempt when we're able to, and hopefully with your suggestions in the comments, like, you know, like I did in Honest Trailers. Hey, can you make it? That was one of my favorite thing of Honest Trailers at the end of like, can you say this in your epic voice? Which I will admit, I ripped that off from David Letterman, who I was a massive fan of as a kid. And David Letterman did a top 10 list with Barry White. And the top 10 was top 10 things that sound cooler when Barry White says them. And even as like a 10-year-old kid, like weird little bits like that, like stayed in my head, Kim. And so I remember I'm like, oh, we have this epic trailer voice. It'd be fun to like have the audience pitch, what do you want to hear in my epic voice? And that totally helped the engagement and the channel. And then everybody stole that sort of stuff and did more. So, but I will own that I did bring that back and identified. But that idea of the comment is what I thought, oh, this is what the shows will be. So my intention here in the channel is, you know, we're going to find those ideas, suggestions, and then, you know, what if someone there was a comment, one of you made a comment, what if 50 Cent made a Diddy love song? I already saved that comment and I sent it to Jude because I was like, that's pretty funny. And so then it would be like, your comment would pop up and then boom, we're going to try to like deliver. But it could also be something like a study playlist or a workout mix. Like he's got a lot of instrumentals and tracks. And I thought, as long as it's pop culture, as long as we can sort of put it in that pop culture world, this would be a fun channel to start building libraries of music that you can come listen to, have fun with, and stuff that's sort of more evergreen and fun. That's the goal here. So I hope to bring you guys here more often and use it as a place. If we're too busy at times and it falls back, it is what it is. But I at least would love to get it monetized. When we have something really fun, we have a place to really premiere this type of stuff and do more of these. So hopefully that sounds fun and you guys are excited. And I'm sorry I'm teasing. I was not going to do this, but I realized I said, let's just tell them, at least tease it. And that way we can build up the watch hours and get a little bit of hype growing, because I do think this one's worthy of the hype. No, do you agree, Kim?
I do. And if it's okay, I'm not going to say a lot, but if I can give a little tease myself, because there was one part of it that just absolutely floored me. And I literally messaged Andy after I was listening to the demo. And I just said, those vocals, that's not AI, is it? And he just said, no. He said, no, it's like an actual vocalist. And I was like, I was going to say, because some of the runs, even in the demo, bananas.
And the layers.
Bananas.
She did the layers. It's like, what?
I'm like, stop. Just
and
stop.
It builds.
Like,
and we got a bridge. I love the bridge. I was like, it's got to have a killer bridge.
The musical theater kid in me was losing my absolute mind. Like, I was just I couldn't.
Well, it's just like the potential, like to know that we now have that, because that was, I forget his name. I want to give everybody props. When the song's ready, we'll give everybody props. But there was an engineer who helped Jude take it to that level. And when I knew, I'm like, oh wait, we have access to that. Yeah. Like between Jude's brilliance and then all that, and then we can also take it to that big level. I'm like, oh, we got to do this. Yes. So Popcorn Music is a partnership where Jude and I are we're in it together. We're going to commit to try to do this as long as it's fun and commit to you guys. But again, I need your help because we need to build the watch time and hours, because currently this channel is unmonetized. And this song is good enough that I want to, it's going to be monetized on Spotify, Apple. You'll be able to find this song on all the other places. And I want to make sure on YouTube it's also monetized. We will premiere it on Planet. There'll be a video where it'll premiere on Planet, and then it'll be a longer one because I'll talk about it after with Kim or whatever. That's what's you'll hear it there. But then like the lyric video by itself. So if you want to play the song over and over again without me talking, will be here along with other stuff. And we might do a music video. It depends how much we have some big ideas. I'm just like, do I want to keep throwing money at this? Maybe, because it's kind of fun. But a lot of potential here. So that's what we're doing here. Welcome to Popcorn Music. I want to talk about some of the other pop culture stuff. But I was going to try this week when I could to bring you here, and I'm glad I got to at least do one because I see the watch time. Now we're finally getting some watch hours built up. The more if I have 1,000 of you watching for a half hour, that'll help tremendously. So thank you for being here and hanging with me. And if I may try it again before I'm out of town next week. But there we are. And yes, thank you, Jude. Anyway, very excited. There it is. For those of you who've been watching, get pumped, get hyped, start spreading the word. You will hear it first. I will tell you all in the trailer. Oh, Kim, like, because I have the trailer because Jude gave me some, because he has a whole music library. So now I have these awesome trailer cues that he sent me those this morning, and that's what finally cracked the code, because I was able to use his trailer codes in the beginning, because you need those boom boom type of cues that are dynamic. And so I finally was able to, I took out the old music I had, which wasn't good, popped his in, and then it all crescendos to our song. And so the end of the trailer, when you hear the song, which you'll hear, that'll be the first giveaway of what we're doing. You'll get a tease of it in the trailer first. And then stay tuned. We'll give you the full song, because I promise, even when you hear the tease, you don't know what you're in for. It's way better than even what you're going to hear in the tease. But the whole cue of this, Kim, was like, I got to do a Tears Ricochet. My Tears Ricochet, which was in the My It Ends With Us trailer. I was like, how do we match that? How do I get like a cool original track? And I'm proud to say we did it, Kim. Holy crap, we did it. It, like, I got goosebumps when I that, because I save a couple reveals for that point, and I'm like, oh damn, this is good. This is way better than it's supposed to be. So it's exciting. So I'm happy. Stay tuned. I hope you guys like it. I'm like still doing a lot of editing today, tomorrow, but my goal is to get it done by the weekend before I'm gone, so we can at least have that out in the world and you guys get excited. And I'm hoping that trailer may talk a few more people in who are on the fence to still talk to us. It's what the other reason I'm putting it out there, because I want people to see what we're cooking and what we got and what's happening and sort of what this really means. So a lot of cool stuff coming. Thank you guys so much for the support. Stay tuned. And now you get at least a little bit more insight. And yes, please watch the content here. We have another funny video I did with Jude where we talk about my spoofs. I'll probably drop that sometime tonight or tomorrow. So if you see content here, click it quick, watch it, spread it, loop it, whatever you can do, help us get those watch time hours. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, when we can finally release a song while I'm out, we won't be demonetized on YouTube. We'll at least be able to take the reward. So Jude and everybody who worked on can get a piece. So fantastic. That's where we are. If you got questions, make sure you comment on the videos, suggestions. Jude is looking. We're all looking for funny ideas. We got the Justin and Blake one. We don't need another one right now. Trust me. We got that one delivered. Wait till you hear that one, then you can make more. But we'd love other ideas if you have them, other thoughts or suggestions. Think like study playlists, workout music, stuff that doesn't even require lyrics. If there's something you like I'd love this or whatever. The more, keep commenting and send your ideas over. Okay, let's get back into it. Before we get, I titled this video, Blake Lively's done. We're going to do probably a 10 minutes at the end, Kim, that I'll just trim it to. So that way at least we have a more digestible video that works, I think, rather than leave this long. Before we go there, Diddy. I want to do a little bit of Diddy talk, and then we'll get to the Taylor and Blake talk. Overall, today, I rushed out as we wrapped up the recap, which you can catch on Popcorn Planet. Day 16 we are on. My God, it's going fast. Overall, what do you think's happening over there? Do you still feeling more confident? Did anything make you nervous? Because like I said, did you share a little bit of mine? Well, at least they're grilling them a little better. Or did you disagree? Did you think the grilling actually wasn't effective?
Okay, here's the problem. I have my opinions about when it comes to trauma stuff, because for those of you that have not heard me talk about this before, I do have a trauma disorder. I have been through years and years and years of trauma therapy. And I'm also a very weird person in the sense that when I started my journey, I did my best to learn as much as I could about what the heck my brain was doing, because I felt like if I could understand what my brain was doing, I would be able to fight back against the symptoms that had completely stolen my life, essentially, and get myself back to a place where I could function, because I was at a place I couldn't work. I could barely leave my house. Like, I was not in a good place at all, and I was having a lot of physical symptoms. So it was like, how do I fight this? And learning the way that the brain works and trauma and everything else, which is why I was so opinionated when it came to Don Hughes, because I was like, this is not enough. This is not enough. This is also why I had issues with the way that she diagnosed Amber Heard, because I disagreed with her methods so heavily, because I could tell why they were basically, in my opinion, they were compromised. The way that she did her examination was not appropriate for what like for forensic psychology. And not only that, but she was repeating tests 10 days after, which means if you've taken a test 10 days ago and then you get to take it again 10 days later, and you're trying to change your answer so you get a different outcome, you basically hand that to somebody on a silver platter. So whatever results she got from that examination, to me, were just pointless. And that was a huge discussion that we had. So at the time. So when I say, like, I'm frustrated that there hasn't been that communication, that the prosecutors have not set up this knowledge for people of, like, this is what happens in the brain when people experience trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma, because it is different than someone who just experiences one trauma. It's it's a completely different game, and it affects every bit of your body. And I kid you not, guys, my disorder literally affects every major organ system in my body, every single one, which is why I have to take it so seriously, and I really have to focus on things and learn about it and be responsible, because if I don't, my lifespan will suffer. My whole life will suffer. So it is a serious medical issue. And when it's not being treated that way by the prosecution, I start to get mad. So when I see Banna up there getting berated of, like, do you remember if you were smoking a cigarette? Or if you were, are we, I guess we're not monetized, so I don't have to worry about my language that much, Andy.
No, yeah, you could do it. I mean,
Okay.
well, yeah, be careful. Be careful.
Okay. So were you smoking a cigarette, or were you smoking the green? And it's like, do you realize that neither of those things freaking matter if he lifted her up over a balcony and threatened her life and then threw her into a stack of balcony furniture? Why is this what we're focusing on? This is so stupid. This doesn't make any sense. So to me, I just sit here and I go, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Why am I having to sit here and listen to this for hours and hours and hours, and you're further traumatizing this poor woman? Like, but it's smoke and mirrors, and people don't fully understand the picture. And I feel like if they did, they wouldn't be able to go down this road the way that they are. So I think my opinion on it is maybe a bit different than what the average person's is, but it's very, very frustrating.
That's your soundbite, by the way. If somebody can pull it from this show, that's so stupid. The way you say that is my favorite. I gotta make a note.
No, but you've got stupid already.
I did a bookmark on it to try to grab that one because it's a good one. I might just start the whole show that way.
It's
In
so
fact,
stupid.
I'll just literally, that's so stupid, and then I'll when I trim it, it'll be at the top of this show, and then we can start our recap knowing that's my favorite new soundbite of Kim's. It is stupid though, to back you up.
And the problem is, like, I feel like too, and I actually talked about this with my family. I'm like, the issue would be if I was up on that stand and I would be like, that doesn't make any sense, and I would start telling off, the person doing the cross-examination, they would so quickly be like, well, you're not qualified as an expert to talk about this. And I'm just like, well, the prosecution hasn't brought up an expert to fully explain it either. And it's like, they should know better at this point. And I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I showed, I sent Andy this last night. Dr. Shannon Curry went on CNN to talk about the Diddy case and explained the trauma stuff
so well,
incredibly, so well, so good. And I'm like, she's right there. She's right there. Southern District. Please go get her. Please go get Dr. Curry. And so I actually shared it on my Instagram because I was like, this is awesome. Guys, she liked it.
That was epic.
I died.
Kim literally texts me like, I'm dying. I'm like, what is everything? Because there's so many things that could mean, Kim. I'm just like, oh, it's the good dying.
I laid down dead. I literally laid down dead. It was not okay.
It's like, oh, yeah. I'm still like traumatized. No, I'm not guilty. I'm still traumatized from that accident. Literally, my bro. Yes. That reminded me. I got my brother-in-law texted me like during the show, Andy, I need to talk to you. And I just immediately am like, oh shit, there's someone in another car accident. It puts you in a very weird trauma place. Anyway, but I'm good. I didn't mean to make it negative or depressing.
No.
In fact, Sawyer's good. He's coming tonight. He's feeling better. I'm happy. Thanks everybody who was wishing Sawyer well. He's doing well.
But I mean, honestly though, like I don't think you should apologize at all for being in that state, because it doesn't matter sometimes whether or not, like I like to call it trauma by proxy. Like it doesn't matter that you weren't in the vehicle. It's still absolutely traumatizing to see your loved ones in that state. And the fear that you have going through those moments, all the things that pop into your mind, like it's bad. It's really, really bad. So everybody just be nice to yourselves. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace, because life is hard and things can be traumatic and terrible. I mean, I've been in an accident where the car's been totaled, and I have taken care of people after accidents where the car has been totaled, and both are awful. Both are absolutely awful. So,
well, I see Layla said I would buy a shirt that says "That's so stupid." Yeah, and then I got to figure out all the mods. I just haven't had time. Please don't be offended if I didn't mod you. I just grabbed Katie and Michelle. You're both great. And I just wanted to make sure, since we're on a new channel, in case the trolls come in, someone else can quickly push out the riffraff. Kim, you already are, right? Yeah, okay. I got to just monitor, since I didn't realize we're live. Still, I haven't done it in a while. But we'll mod it up soon. But thank you, Katie and Michelle, if you're paying attention, to kick out any trolls who try to sneak in because they're blocked on the other places. They're like, finally a place to criticize Andy to his face. Okay. So I forget, we should try to get Curry on for Diddy.
Oh my gosh.
Michelle, since you're watching, reach out again, if you don't mind. I think I did like a reply to her. I think she DM'd me once, or she emailed me once. We have engaged in conversation, Kim. So that'd be fun to surprise you.
I don't know if I would function. Like I have such a girl crush on her. It's insane, because I just think she's so incredible and did such a great job with that case. And the fact that she was able to remain so poised and so articulate while being berated about muffins on like international television, and was so like,
may I clarify what occurred so that we can stop talking about the muffins?
Like, honestly. And she's like questioning her credentials and everything else when she's worked with the military. And it's like, oh my gosh.
It's bizarre they didn't get Curry instead of, maybe she didn't want to, but over Dr. Hughes. Oh my gosh.
For those of you that are confused, this doctor, Elaine tried to have her basically thrown out as an expert, or to discredit her, because that morning, Shannon Curry was running late, as she said she did many mornings. So she asked her husband to pick up some muffins because she wanted to have some baked goods available for when Amber came in. But he didn't know who she was interviewing that day. They had divided the office, so nobody knew that Amber was coming in that day, because that confidentiality was important. And it was like they tried to create this whole line of questioning that Shannon violated Amber Heard's confidentiality by telling her husband that she was coming, and that's why they needed muffins. Except it was just Shannon saying, no, we just needed muffins. This is so dumb. And that was the whole point. And she just went on and on and on and on and on. And it's like the muffin, they were so dumb. And at the same time, Elaine's complaining they don't have enough time. They're going to run out of time. And she's just focusing on the muffins. And I think that's also why the racist muffins for me with Blake Lively are just too much.
I mean, I'm shocked Dr. Curry didn't make some muffins after that. She should have. If Blake Lively can make muffins. But she should have done some muffins. And that trial, there's so many
people. Stop talking about the muffins.
I'll never forget Dr. Spiegel.
Is
that talk? Yeah, that's
answer that question, Your Honor.
You have to answer questions.
Yes, sir. As a Christmas goose.
I still got a whole folder of them.
Correct.
I accept the instruction.
Correct.
I accept the instruction.
Are you familiar with Amica cream?
Amica?
Yeah.
That's convenient.
That's convenient.
Objection.
I still say that.
When the guy objected himself, that was, I mean, you don't get better than that. Poor guy. No. He was nervous. I get it, but.
Objection. Hearsay.
But you asked the question.
You asked the question.
Fatality. Donated, not pledged.
donated.
She did. Camille really brought
I
it.
think it would remember
Relevance.
she missed a bit.
I'll allow it.
Oh, behave.
I think that's all the ones I still got
Yeah,
here. Okay.
baby. Yeah.
Gosh.
Let them fight.
Oh, the security guard is so good.
69 dudes!
Oh my gosh, the soundboard.
Oh, those are all music? I don't even know. Come on, motherfucker.
Couch. Couch.
There it is.
Couch.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Like, every time I hear it, I do. It's like reflex. When I hear it,
My dog stepped on a bee.
I just have to do that. Turn my face and be like,
I mean, justice for the dogs, man.
this never
They deserve better.
they did
deserve better.
All right. Well, well said. So to sum it up again, you still are confident in Diddy going away. It sounds like you weren't swayed by the defense this round, and you do believe Bana.
I don't think that whether or not Bana did substances or not has any effect on the fact that Diddy has used his corporation and his power to clean up after his illegal activity. It's irrelevant, in my opinion. Like, I don't like, it was at the one point there, it kind of felt like when they were talking about Cassie, that she said, you decided to do a photo shoot with her with nothing but a t-shirt in a pool.
Yeah, why was that even brought up?
But
I was just reading along, but I'm like, what the fuck does that
and
do
then
with
you
anything?
spent the night? I don't care if she had a 30-person orgy that night, okay? Does that change the fact that Diddy was running this insane enterprise? Does that change the fact that he paid $100,000 for that tape to go away? Does that change the fact that he broke into Kid Cudi's house and potentially blew up his car? How does that change anything? And quite bluntly, I find it rich that a defense lawyer for Sean Diddy Combs is shaming anybody for any extracurricular adult activities they are having. Get off it. Like, I can't. That is stupid. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me.
I could care less.
I don't know where I pulled him from, but I still love that one.
I could care less.
I could care less.
Oh yeah, faux shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?
It just hit me with that with no more.
Taco flavored cheeses for my bang.
I'm just a simple country lawyer.
I can't believe that guy used to say that. Like Gwyneth Paltrow, he's literally pulled out the.
I'm just a simple country lawyer.
I'm just a simple country lawyer.
Coughing.
Like Foghorn Leghorned it. That happened in an actual courtroom. Where the dude actually said it out loud, like thinking that was going to have an effect. Oh my God. They lost, by the way.
The worst thing about that, though, was that we were live streaming that whole thing, right? So we had to keep our headphones, like I had to keep my headphones in. So the entire day, all I'm hearing is him coughing and sniffling into the microphone, and it's like going right into my head. I'm like, I feel personally victimized by this man. Like, personally victimized by Regina George? No, I was personally victimized by the simple country lawyer.
That Gwyneth Paltrow trial was brutal. There's like a part of me that's so grateful it's not streamed because I don't have to sit and watch it for 8 hours a day. And I don't know how you would be. At least you're not live, so you can do other things while you're watching. But BJ committing every day, bravo, girl. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's so rough. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do if the Blake trial really does go to court next March. We're getting at least ahead of it, and we know some people at the courtroom. But we of course will be on it. But man, that one was rough. Remember and Gwyneth's lawyer who sung music? That was so epic. The James something.
Yeah.
He like the piano playing, like
everybody
the
just
hot
figured
lawyer
out, like,
who was also a musician. It was like, damn,
so
this guy's
cute,
good.
and then so talented, and like all the media attention on him, and he was just like.
I have one of his songs on my liked songs in Spotify.
Yeah.
It popped in a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh my God, it's the Gwyneth lawyer. It's so random. Then I was so disappointed it didn't come on our charity stream. I was trying so hard. I wanted him to play live on the charity stream, and we didn't get him. But
I think he was surprised with the amount of attention that he got.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
like it just was like, why is anyone paying attention to me? Gwyneth Paltrow is here, but it was like everybody was looking at him, so it was kind of funny.
He was the real deal.
I think if we
well,
were streaming it the whole day, we'd have to get a little bit creative at points and find other things to like. We'd have to have our inside jokes going all the time.
we had
We'd
dance
have to have-
parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the only
I'm
way
not.
to go about.
I'm not gonna
Hence
lie.
this
Like,
music that was there.
yeah, yesterday when the NDA thing came out and they said that it was like the company letterhead, I instantly put a 1 in the chat if you know this musical. This is a kind of a bit of a deep cut. If you guys are aware of Spring Awakening, old musical from like a while ago, but there's a song on that soundtrack that's just called Totally Effed. And it literally just starts off, there's a moment you're effed. Like it's done. And I'm like, that's it. And I literally just had it playing and I was like doing a little dance party at my desk and I was having such a good time. And I'm like, yeah, we'd have to figure out how to do stuff like that. Because if not, I think you and I would just
some
fall
people
asleep.
don't like us for that reason because we sometimes have fun, but I don't know how else you do it.
Oh, for shame.
Yeah, shame.
Shame on us.
Shame bell. I don't know where my bell. I bought a shame bell, but then the Zoom filter like cuts it out so you guys can't even hear it. But I don't even know where it went. Oh well.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Popcorn Music. Put a 1 in the chat if this is the first time, if you've just discovered us, this is the first time you've ever seen us. Because that's weird how the algorithm works sometimes, Kim.
Yeah.
Did we get any? Put a 3. Sorry, I'll change it. Put a 3 in the chat if you've stumbled upon this and you have no idea and this is the first time you've seen us. I'm curious if there's anybody who the algorithm of a new channel somehow thrusted us into somebody's new radar. In which case, hi. And then throw Rosa. You're not a 3. Nice try. Throw a 1 in the chat if you're a regular, and you came from the previous show. But we do have a. Oh, thank you. She reminded me. I do have a my Captain Corey bell.
Yes.
That's not the shame bell. But
No, that's not the
just a
shame bell.
Celebration bell. Yes, in honor of Captain Corey. Teresa new? She looks familiar. Teresa? No, Teresa Lind? I've seen you before, haven't I? And Dawn Myers. Timel Badger. Wow, there's a few new people. Mario Terrace.
Thank you for joining.
Are you all real new? That's crazy.
We do a lot of other stuff.
Isn't that wild? You start a new channel and you get Laura Russell. Hello, welcome.
Welcome.
That's wild. Welcome to the new channel. So if you're tuning us in, we do lives every day over on Popcorn Planet. So if you're a 3 and you've never heard of Popcorn Planet, put a 4 in the chat. So that way I can really single you out and make sure, because I'm curious on how the demographics work. If you're a 3 and you've really never heard of Popcorn Planet, let us know, because I didn't think I'd have to plug that, but I will. So hello to our 5 new viewers. That's amazing. See, if we just keep starting new channels, Kim, the algorithm will eventually start sharing us to new people.
and I have a channel as well if you want to.
And yeah,
to
it's
follow
Kim.
Me too. Also, I did just want to say quickly, if it's okay, thank you so much to Beverly that sent me a PayPal during the popcorn stream. That's incredibly
That's
kind
how
of
you
you.
do
Thank
it.
you so much. I appreciate the tips. It helps a lot. And my tips right now are all going towards my dog Charlie and his treatment for heart disease. So you're helping out a little rescue Shih Tzu. So thank you so much. And I appreciate that.
Some of you came from BJ, I guess, and maybe we're just following along from the first link, and maybe you just popped along to the second link, and you're just getting linked along. Well, welcome. Thank you, guys. It's an honor to have you all here. Yeah, we cover the stream. Most of you know that, but if you don't, we cover the Diddy trial. Kim keeps all the amazing notes. And we're working on It Ends With Us documentary that's coming soon. And this channel is being launched because we have a lot of really fun, exciting, exclusive music pieces of content that I'm excited to debut to you. Pop culture music will be what we focus on here. It won't be as regular as, daily and stuff, but hopefully when you get stuff here, it'll be fun, interesting, cool, new, and hope to get some of your suggestions. And as we get trials and stories, like, man, when the Katy Perry space thing happened, we could have jumped on that and made a Katy Perry space track. When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, we got to get on a track there. The key is, like, when these moments happen, we will attempt to do it. And as films or big events are coming up, we will try to tap into that and make this be a original pop culture music destination. Study music, workout music. We'll be making playlists and longer videos for you to play in the background, themed to popular TV shows and music and upcoming movies, instrumentals, etc., or video games, whatever. We're open to all suggestions. So stay tuned. Hope to build some cool content here. We're streaming here now because we need to get our watch time hours and minutes up because we don't want to keep debuting a bunch of really great content and YouTube doesn't let us monetize it. So that's what we're here doing. Welcome. And it's so nice to see a consistent 1,400 of you just hanging out.
Amazing.
Sleep music. Lisa Boo, there you go. What kind of pop culture sleep music would you want? Do you want lullaby? What do you want? Let us know. That's a good idea. We could do celebrity spoof celebrity sleep stories. Could be part of this. That could be fun. I don't know if I do any good impression to do a whole sleep story. I'm really bad at impressions.
It doesn't necessarily have to be impressions. It can just almost be like, I don't know, like guided meditations even too could be like a thing.
Man, you think maybe if we're all done and Justin's like, anything you need, I'll be like, can you make me a 20-minute sleep meditation? That would be so popular.
Make sure you're comfortable.
Hey everybody, Justin Baldoni here to help you ease into sleep.
Yeah, wherever you plan to sleep.
Justin,
Make
my
sure
man.
all the problems of the day
He
have
seems
been
nice
taken
enough. He
care
might
of.
do it. God, that'd be so fun. And I wouldn't it's not a parody. I would just be like, fall to sleep with Justin Baldoni. Oh my God, that'd be such a fun viral video and get him to just very calm. And for real, I think people would actually use it and love it because, it'd be a nice little subtle shade. Get all those, memes that were made. But my God, wouldn't that be fun? Again,
it would be fun.
Good opportunity to have another place and venue where we could do fun guest stars and people like that. ASMR. Oh, that's we could do that here. Kim, maybe you can help us think of some ASMR content.
So we could find
anyway.
the sound alike too for Justin, and we could call him like Dustin Baldono, and then like sleep with Dustin Baldono, something like that. Oh,
so lots of festival campfire, exact, but it has to make sure has a pop culture theme.
Yeah,
because I don't want to just post random music. That's too arbitrary. Always keep it some sort of foot with a celebrity or a theme or something is what we're trying to do. Or a celebrity, whatever, that kind of stuff could be fun. So stay tuned. And all right. So anything else in the Diddy trial before we go to our Blake and Taylor news? Do you have anything else you wanted to mention? Anything else surprised you?
I think that kind of sums it up. I think I've had my rant as far as that it was dumb. Was happy to see stuff get cleared up a bit more about the tapes at the beginning of the day. And it definitely seemed like, I love how the arguments that we're getting from the defense are basically like, well, why are the timestamps changing? It's no longer, well, things aren't in the right order. So therefore you don't have a proper picture of like, when Diddy dragged Cassie or when he kicked her, right? You don't know. And now it's gone to timestamps. It's the stupidity of all of that. So I'm hoping that this tape thing can be laid to rest because I'm just so sick of it. Like really sick of it.
You know who's not sick of it? Straight Cast Homie dropped a 4. Didn't know Popcorn Planet, or it's Kim, I guess.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Popcorn Planet's is my main channel. It's Kim's channel. But we report on Popcorn Planet and we do Diddy recaps. We talk about pop culture. This is our new channel where we're going to be doing music stuff. It's not going to really be live streams. We're just streaming here live to get the numbers up so we're monetized. But if you like this sort of stuff, you probably want to head over to Popcorn Planet. Mods, tag Straight Cast Homie and any other number 4 and tell them to subscribe to It's Kim and Popcorn Planet. Because you can get more streams like this if you like hanging and talking pop culture and chilling, having a nice community. That's what we do here. So welcome to any other number 4s, including Cass there, and honor to have you. Hopefully you have fun. Well said. So we talked our Diddy. Diddy's ongoing. It's going to be a long time. I'm still kind of shocked how slow it's been going and how much time they get, but I guess it makes sense. It's a big charge. So the fact that we still have a 6-day long witness is just wild to me.
I'm scared of what we're going to hear. I really am. Like, genuinely, what the heck has this woman seen that is going to justify that amount of time? Nuts. nuts. And to be honest too, like I keep on seeing people saying, well, what if it's KK? What if it's KK? I don't think it's KK. And I say that because anytime victim 2 has been mentioned throughout this trial, her identity has been protected in the sense that you're like, they've told the witnesses, like, you're going to see who we're calling Mia in this photo on the screen. Please do not say her name. Please do not refer to her to anything other than Mia. So I feel like if KK was a similar situation, we wouldn't have heard Christina Karam's name said as often as we had if she was indeed the Jane Doe. That's just my theory, but I don't see the consistency of that.
We shall see. We shall see. Stephanie, also new to both shows. Well, welcome, Stephanie. That's so cool. I'm glad the algorithm finally introduced us. Hopefully we can see you around. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell. I can show you all how to do it. Yeah, go there, Popcorn Planet. It's Kim. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell for all alerts so you get notified, and smash that like. This will be a good one to hit the notification on, although we might be spamming some content early on just to get the numbers up, but typically when we post your stuff, we'll have cool, fun stuff more exclusively, less often. And whether you give it a shot, put it on the background, it'll be more music-based stuff. Funny and music-based. Playlists, stuff to play in the background for those of you who listen to study music or workout music or what have you. And then as we build more and see what does more, we'll do more playlists of more. So stay tuned. It's a very early in development, but the main song is coming and it's going to be epic. And yeah, someone said do a song with Jaguar Wright. That's a fun idea. Jaguar Wright and I singing Man in the Mirror could be very fun. So keep those coming. I need to figure out what's the best idea with Jaguar, because that would be fun to do. And that's Diddy related. So stay tuned. Lots of options and opportunities here. Maybe even like get more musicians involved. Sometimes they need better press, places to talk about their music. So let's talk about this Blake and Ryan thing. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So nope, not that one. This one. Here we go. Gonna mark bookend this. Let me put this here so I can see you guys. Let's get into the topic. I titled it, which is similar to what we talked about earlier today on Planet. But I was going to go on a little bit of a rant and hear Kim's perspective too. But here we go. Popcorn music. We really need a new intro. Anyway, I'm back and Kim's joining me today. Special guest Kim, because we went live for a longer show after our Diddy trial recap to bring up the hours here. I'll be honest. We need to get our watch time hours and subscribers up. And thanks to everybody who came along from Popcorn Planet to watch. But I wanted to trim this so it wasn't such a long stream, endless stream. And I wanted to talk about, do a further discussion that we talked about on Planet, which is the fact that I really think Blake is done. Now, like, it's not done. We still got a lot of time, but there's just something really surprising and believable here where Blake's groveling voicemails, emails to Taylor Swift because she's getting ghosted. And I wanted to talk about this because I really do think it's Taylor Swift that is the only thing that could actually end this. And I wanted to sort of share a theory, Kim, as to why. I wanted to rant about it a little bit, share my thoughts, hear you guys' thoughts, because again, we're filling up music-themed content here as we gear up to release our Taylor Swift inspired Blake Lively diss track, which is coming soon once we're monetized here. So please keep watching, subscribing. You can watch the previous video to learn more and the content we'll be dropping. Some fun music themed playlists. We got a White Lotus study music that you're gonna be able to listen to. I think we got a Succession, one of my favorite themes. We got a cool Succession themed playlists coming as well. So you'll see some music being dropped, all pop culture themed, but all original, inspired. But speaking musically, Kim, it's not just musically, right? Taylor Swift is immensely powerful.
Yes.
And the one thing that I'm learning as I'm doing this documentary, which I'm deep in the trailer and editing, Blake and Ryan really are power hungry. It's become quite clear how power hungry they are. There's also just high level people in this town that I've spoken to who will acknowledge, yeah, we know Justin's innocent. It's clear as day, but I can't go team Justin because I got deals with Ryan. I got too much money invested in Ryan. Ryan's still too valuable. I'm not going to drop that to save this Justin dude. That's the intent in Hollywood. Like, that's how crazy and depressing it actually is for someone of that level of Blake Lively, who, let's be honest, is more famous because of her husband. It's just a fact. Ryan Reynolds is a much bigger name and more money. Now, Blake's was getting there. And weirdly enough, had she not done this lawsuit, I think could have gotten back into it and been more, still retained a lot of her audience who didn't really pay attention. Similar to the Don't Worry Darling of it all with Olivia Wilde, who I feel like people have forgotten about the drama. But the drama now that Blake Lively has caused is far too big to ignore. Now, except for Taylor Swift when she fights back, because I really think Blake and Ryan have just put their blinders on and are like, yep, all the plebs below us, doesn't matter. Yeah, lawyers, do what you got to do. Doesn't matter. Hey, Bob Iger, yeah, I know you want me to stop. I don't care. I got Deadpool. Oh, yes, I don't care. They're all in sort of this mode of just carry on, move forward. Nothing can affect us. Well, except for someone who's more powerful in the pop culture space, and that's Taylor Swift. And so the fact that she lost Taylor Swift, to me, is a crucial part of the story and ultimately could make the downfall of Blake Lively. It depends how angry Taylor gets, how vindictive she wants to get, because Kim, as you know, she's gone after the Kim K's and other people, the Kanye's, etc. She's done it when she needs to. She writes her songs, etc. But if Taylor really wants to, affect your bottom line, she can. She usually doesn't go that far. But I would argue her silence and the fact that now Blake has to beg somebody, which is something you can tell that is not something Blake and Ryan ever want to have to do. They want to be the people being begged too, right? This to me was just an interesting power dynamic because I really think this changes the game for egomaniacs, narcissists, etc., to suddenly lose power and control of someone who has more sway than them really does make a difference here, because I don't think they clearly care about how this is affecting Justin and his family and all the people affected in Wayfair. They're all plebs. It's all nothing, right? They're nothing burgers. Oh, but wait, now Taylor Swift. Oh, crap. I didn't know he was going to bring my Taylor Swift text in. Oh, I didn't even think of this. Oh, Taylor, I'm so sorry. Come on, Taylor. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. And the fact that Taylor's like, girl, that's not a joke. You don't get to call me your dragon. You don't get to friggin' exploit me. It just makes me even more impressed with Taylor to protect her brand, protect her thing, and to not speak up. And to know now, it seems that Taylor's own father, Scott Swift, seems to be the one who tipped off Justin to sort of throw them a bone here, to say, leave us alone. This is who you want. That really is going to be the game changer here. And if Blake Lively suddenly has to contend with something from Taylor Swift's team that says, delete your emails, Taylor, she's toast. And that's going to be what ultimately stops, I think, these executives, agents, people in Hollywood who are starting to feel bad. They're going to start going, oh, we can't upset the Swifties. Taylor's turned. Taylor proved it. There's actually evidence now. That will sway the public, which could eventually sway the Hollywood. And I think without that, nothing's going to happen to Blake and Ryan. It's just going to be business as usual for them. Maybe it's a little slow down to get some gigs, but both of them will still find people who will see them as big enough names to release something and continue to pay them. Ryan will still be big enough to hire Blake to narrate more National Geographic documentaries. But as I've done this documentary and I've spoken to a lot of experts and lawyers, Rich Ray was a lawyer on who said, Brian Freeman's the type of lawyer who just looks to where the dead bodies are buried. And then that's what he does and pulls the squeeze. And he's going to do it until Blake and Ryan are squeezed enough that they have to then settle. And I think we are starting to finally get to a place where they are feeling it. This Taylor Swift of it all, I genuinely do believe this is happening right now. You can tell when People Magazine's running cover for them, Kim. Look at this. Well, yeah, People Magazine, which is like Blake's mouthpiece. Yeah, they're working towards being on good terms, but their friendship isn't the same as it was before. Yeah, that's kind of the same way to put what we read here, right? That she's ignoring all of her groveling texts and emails. So I really do think the Taylor Swift of it all is what ultimately could end this, could end Blake. Not the other stuff. Everyone else sort of moves on. Everyone has selective memory. But the pissing off of Taylor and then that finally revealing that it was all true and then that she screwed over Justin, that loss of power and control over her biggest dragon, that to me is where things are really going to turn and could cause detriment. I want to know what you think, Kim. You know, you followed the Taylor drama. You know all this as well. Do you agree? Do you think this was really a pop culture turning point in which the power dynamic actually could shift? What do you think?
Yes, 100%. I do think that this is a shifting moment. I think Something that I try to do with a lot of what I report on YouTube is or talk about on YouTube is I don't ever like to say things that I wouldn't feel comfortable saying to that person's face. And I've followed Taylor Swift's career for a long time. Do I think that she is a perfect person? No. But I do think that she is a very talented person. I think she is a very hard worker. I don't think that can be denied. I think she's a very smart business person as well. And I think that she has earned a lot of the respect that she has in this industry because of what she has created and the legacy that she has built. And I think that when you put so much work into something that becomes your passion, having it be put in danger over somebody else's shenanigans, I can only imagine how infuriating that is. Now, I'm not saying in any way that I think Taylor's legacy is at risk because of this drama, but she's at a place in her life right now where she is, for what we're seeing on the outside, she is in a stable, happy, healthy relationship. And I will absolutely give, you know, Travis his flowers. You could say whatever you want about what you think all these tabloids are saying about Blake and Taylor and this friendship and whatever. Travis dumped Ryan. Travis dumped Ryan Reynolds. He had more guts than a lot of these other people in the industry that are terrified of Ryan Reynolds' influence. And Travis went, no, no, I choose her. And that to me was what that meant. You hear what I'm saying when that front, Andy? Like you
Yeah,
have that
100%.
type of thing, right? So to me, that tells me that Travis is in this for the long haul. He is not worried about this coming back and biting him in the butt later on, even though he did have, connections with Ryan. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. She's more important. She's more important, which I stand. I
Well,
stand. I
not
stand.
to
I
interrupt, but it's
stand.
like he also has the NFL, which like really isn't affected by Ryan. He's kind of in a nice smart pocket of his podcast, his brand. Ryan can't ruin it, unlike a lot of people in Hollywood, right? So it is smart and makes business sense too. But I agree, he's clearly siding with his woman and is like, no, I don't got time for this. He could have just played along and just kept the follow. A lot of
done
people
nothing.
mute them, right? But he chose to unfollow, which is a big step.
Yes. And so I look at that and I go, okay, that is definitely a moment. But she's moving into a place where she's got her master's back. It seems like she's settling down a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about an engagement in the next year or two from them. And she moves on in her life and she's at the top of her game and everything else. And now she's got this thing dragging behind her. And she doesn't feel like she can go to the AMAs because they're just going to ask her about what her bestie Blake is doing and all of this drama. And it's like she can't live her life normally right now because of Blake. And she has been abundantly clear through her representatives that she wants nothing to do with this. She wants nothing to do with any of it. She wants her name out of it. But what do I see every freaking day in the press is insider, Blake Lively insider. Oh, we're just working on our relationship. We're going to figure everything out. We're just having a little bit of a thing. And then you hear something from a Taylor source going, no, it's done. We're done. And then the next day I see another thing of a Blake source being like, oh, she's reaching out. They're going to find their way back and everything. It just starts to feel like Blake is just completely delusional at this point.
Yep.
And if you really wanted to make it right with your friend, you would stop this. You would be getting your PR people to be stopping these stories, constantly talking about her and you and how everything is going to be fine because she doesn't want anything to do with it. So to me, it's just this continuation of it's like, so Blake is just going to essentially, allegedly, based on the outside looking in, is Blake just still trying to use her for clout? She's still trying to use her for better press. And it's like, this is why this whole thing happened in the first place, because she didn't want to be used by a friend. And that is not a crazy thing to ask for. That is not Taylor being a diva or being ridiculous. That's her just being a human being. And I just get really mad about it. And then the idea that the extortion thing, threatening her text message, like, what are you doing, Blake?
It doesn't make sense.
What are you doing?
Well, it's weird because she's back with Selena, who's an old friend who clearly had off and on. the rumor is that Selena always didn't like Blake.
Yes.
And so if that's true, the shade being thrown at Blake every time Taylor's out with Selena again is even more than we realize, right? Which I'm sure Taylor's doing. Taylor could just be out in the Florida house. Travis is doing NFL practice there. He's in Florida. She could just, right, find enough quiet places to not even go out. But she's choosing to go out with the girls, with her besties, with Selena, with Dakota Johnson. She's choosing to do all that.
She's so calculated with those things too, always.
She's very calculated. Like some might say, in a bad way, manipulate. No. You could argue that about Taylor, maybe, but whatever
she's
it is,
mastermind.
She is exactly. She admits it in her own songs. If you know her well, like I respect it, because that's like she's damn good at what she does. I can't be mad at it.
I think too, at this point, when you have such a massive brand, when you have such a massive image and everything else, you have to be calculated with it, because if you're not careful with it, something stupid can happen that can derail, right? You have to start taking it all very, very seriously. Now, does that mean maybe she's a little less guarded with people in her circle and has, whatever, then fine. But she knows that if she goes out and she goes out with somebody else who's famous, there's going to be cameras, pictures are going to be taken of her. She's going to look the part. She's going to be ready. And her friends are going to know, right? Like, this is the way that it is. And I don't think that it's manipulative. I think it's just her being responsible with the platform that she has. She has to be careful.
Yeah. I mean, I could knock her. Of course, there's definitely things she's done from a controlling, manipulative way. Like I think of Olivia Rodrigo immediately, but then at the same time, even if I were to knock her, I'm like, well, it's business. It's not personal. Yeah. It's like, is what she's constantly doing. So most of the criticism I'd have about her, I still would be like, well, that's business. And I can't knock her because she's so successful and proven at such a track record and talent. That's the other thing. So many of these artists, the Sabrina Carpenters, if you will, they're not writing and producing the same level that Taylor is. Like, no disrespect, but the level of creativity and ownership that Taylor has against everything she does is like shockingly impressive, right? Where a lot of these other artists are bringing on other producers and people to really do a lot of the legwork. So I can't knock her in that regard. In fact, I only applaud her. And oh my gosh, as we're wrapping up, look who showed up.
Hi, Jude.
My partner in this popcorn music shenanigans. It's Jude. What's up, Jude?
Nice
Jude, meet Kim. Kim, meet Jude.
Nice to meet you, Kim. I've been popping in and out here. I was just telling Andy how easy you are to listen to. How just light and mellifluous your voice is, and just everything about you seems really, really nice and watchable. It's nice.
Well, thank you. That's very, very sweet. I honestly, I honestly have so much admiration for anybody that does stuff in music. I grew up doing a lot of choir, musical theater, and a lot of vocal. And unfortunately, my fingers are weird. I can't, if I try to play guitar or piano or ukulele, I've done it all. I've tried so hard, and I just end up with spasms after a few minutes. It's really, really bad. So I ended up trying to do stuff like on the computer and things like that. And I'm always just so in awe of people that have those types of talents. I'm just like, that's amazing. So incredibly not in a bad way, but just jealous that it's I wish I could do that so badly. And you guys are so amazing. And I'm so happy when people have those gifts and they share them with people, because we need that. And
can we share what song of yours can I share that I'm not going to get dinged on?
Anything anything on the Sarah album, or anything on Redemption? You could do
okay.
All I want to do, something like that.
Now it's just because Jude doesn't sing live as much as and record as much because he had some voice issues, right?
That's right.
What can I say?
Right. Yeah, it's a long story. I can bore people with another time, but
the short version is just that
I used to sing very high, and now I don't. So I mostly just sing for my kids. But
yes.
But Kim, thank you for saying all that. And it's I write and play on the guitar, but the people around me are so incredible, and I've got this great team of producers. Andy was talking about them, and this is good.
Oh my god! So I don't even know which one you want me to play. I like them all, dude.
Oh, I don't.
You want to save me?
Yeah, this is the OC.
This was in the OC.
Oh, I'm talking to myself, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I should be someone else. I only want
well, I gotta wait. What was it? Sony? Who owns your old track still?
I think Warner's own. They don't own that one. I own that one. But yeah, just a reminder.
This is I don't. Whatever. We'll get dinged.
Yeah.
This is the song that I found him on.
Case you have not heard, and everybody knows that the pretty ones go down doing it for the work. And don't be fooled, don't be flattered. It's not like you ever mattered when the world around is falling down and every ship's been shattered. Don't be fooled, don't be flattered. It's not like you ever mattered, not to me. Oh, Rick James was the original super.
Oh, I love this track. And then like it's like all these awesome like, and then I go to this one. This one makes me cry.
A funny story about that one for you.
I do.
The last one. No, the last one.
Oh my God, this song.
Let him share, Andy.
Oh,
well, no, hold on.
My phone's gonna keep beeping. Go ahead.
And then we're gonna hear this. Oh, listen to this first verse. Ready?
I got a letter today, an invitation, and the writing looked like you. Hello, how are you? And by the way, please RSVP, I do. I thought of writing sad words of how it used to be, but I didn't want to bring you down, no. I guess the bells will ring pretty well there without me. Don't worry about me, baby, I'll wear the thorny crown. I will play the clown. If you think that I don't love you, you're just wrong. And that don't matter now anyway. I couldn't bear to see you up there with the white dress on. Here's my vow to you, I'll stay away.
Oh, dude, I love it. Oh, dude.
Well, I didn't just jump on to get compliments, but thank you very much.
Dude, it's so good. I just want people like that album, that first album. I literally was in college and I was just bawling to your songs on this album, and then they get better and better as they go. But it's like the lyrics, the voice, the messages. You are a true not herald enough, my man. After all the amazing work you did, so. But I love that. This writing a song to your ex-girlfriend who gets married.
I'm interrupting you now.
Who would thought that'd be such a
Jude talk. Let Jude talk. I'm so sorry.
So Jude, what do you want to say? Go ahead.
I used to spend so much time on stage, Kim, and this is like the second time I've been on camera here in a while with Andy, and every time he just starts complimenting me, and I just sit. It's just like I'm shaking my head. So at some point, I'll be able to talk and share stories, and I can pop the balloon of respect for the songwriter. But no, that's a long time ago.
What story did you want to share? Tell me a story about one of those. You had a story to share.
Oh, was I going to say? Oh, just like a stupid nerdy story. Yeah, like I used to perform. For Rick James, we used to go to the radio stations. It's been a long time since I played it, but we could like.
His Zoom.
I get the break, and not the bar. And we get to the break.
I can't hear the guitar because of the Zoom mic.
No, the Zoom is cutting it out.
We gotta get you a. I don't know why the Zoom mic does that. There's like go closer to it, maybe.
I can explain what it was. The music isn't even important, but I hit these strings really fast like this. Nothing?
Yeah, it just goes out. Yeah.
I'd be hitting them this fast.
Yeah, you're going quick.
Often we'd be in a radio station at like 7, 8 in the morning because you have to do the morning crew. And then afterwards they have breakfast or pizza or whatever thing. This is like a secretive radio promo. And then you play a few songs for them and they're like, oh, and it's fun and you hang out. And I would play that song, but I also used to wear fake nails a lot because I'd wear my fingernails out playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And I was playing this song and I went through the riff and my thumbnail came flying off and glided across the table and right in front of the radio program. It was just, anyway, it was gross and funny at the same time. So, and that's what I think of when you play that song.
That's what you think of. That's amazing.
That's what I think of. Yeah.
I've lost nails too. Don't worry. It happens.
And actually,
well, I could gush all day. I was gushing because I wanted people to really get the history and the talent, which you have. And now, but so anyway, now you don't tour and do the albums as much. You did such a good concert. You would engage with the audience so well. It was so smart.
Thank you.
But now you again, new phase. You've built a bunch of music libraries. You've now been making music behind the scenes, and you're working for like major shows down below, right? Or below deck, rather.
I love it.
Below Deck, that's my show. That has
done
been
most of the seasons. If you've watched Below Deck, Jude's done the music for that show. But now you're doing Bachelor in Paradise, Real Housewives.
We're just starting. Yeah, that's new. We do a lot of Real Housewives. We do Housewives of New Jersey and Dubai. We're doing Atlanta. We're doing. There's a couple new ones that are coming out, and I'm forgetting a couple more. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Summer House. We're at Vanderpump Rules. Some people like that gossip. We're on that.
But that's what's fun. Like, so we can even figure out ways to incorporate some of those themes and stuff. So there's a lot of fun opportunities as we grow. So keep the comments coming. Go ahead. You were gonna say something else.
I got nothing. I'm all I can see is a little tiny picture of you and a giant picture of my old album, and I can't see Kim, and Kim's my favorite now. So
Sweat, you should be able to slide over.
I want to see. Oh, really?
Does that help you?
Did not help. I'm on my phone.
Oh, if you slide on your phone on the Zoom app, it should change.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, look.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Otherwise, I'm sharing the screen of what I'm looking at, so you know.
This is how much of a Luddite I am with the phone tech. Yes, so I'll get better at that too. Anyway,
well, again, without giving anything away of the song, we hyped it earlier. How excited are you for that song? I know you want it out in the world, but how excited are you to get our secret Taylor inspired track out there?
I want it out in the world, and I can't wait to do it. People are going to love it. Everybody I play it for loves it and then laughs afterwards. And I think, and you know, I think I told you once, Andy, like at the very beginning of YouTube, a friend of mine who helped to launch Z Frank and other people, he's like, you should do like, you know, what do you call it? You know, like pretend you're going on tour and just do concerts in your room. And so many times I'd hear people go, you should go to YouTube, you should go to YouTube. So I've been watching Andy and admiring it. I'm just excited to get the chance to put some more music out there in different places. So we're, and you know, as a dad with little kids, which is crazy, as you know, Andy, now half my life is YouTube and, you know, watching crazy kid songs and stuff like that. So who knows what we come up with?
We got to do some kid songs. I'm so on board to do kid songs.
I'm glad that you talked today about how you kind of really, if not invented, really brought forward that idea of the audience participation in tracks, because you really did. That was innovative at the time, and it made such a difference. I thought.
Wait, did I which?
That whole thing of like, what do you want to see? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, I was pretty good. I mean, it was all borrowing other sort of ideas, but that's all everything is. Everything is a remix.
look at Quentin Tarantino. I mean, no,
it is. I'm not going to knock myself too hard, but yeah, like who else was filing Barry White's top 10 list on David Letterman from 30 years earlier? But that's, you know, I did it. And I had a good instinct on that. That was my superpower was sort of I wish I'd gotten on YouTube earlier and done better stuff. That's my biggest regret, because I think I could have had even more fun stuff. And the other one is I probably could have been an amazing family channel. Like that's another sort of multiverse Andy version of myself. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, if I had just done the kid videos full time.
I agree with you. Listen, if this thing spins into kid music videos, you would crush at that. And I'm open to all.
I want to do a Blippi song that we just make fun of Blippi.
All day long. You know, I used to make fun of Rafi. I can remember years ago, people, you should do some Rafi songs. Like, oh God, go to hell. And then now that my kids, you know, listen to all this different music, you come around and around, you're like, you know, Rafi's pretty great. He's pretty great. And he doesn't bug. You know what I mean? Whereas some of them truly, truly bug. But yeah.
I think we need to do some Coco Melon, there's enough ripe kids content on YouTube we should be jumping on. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So keep the ideas coming. That would be a fun, because I think what's fun about the channel as we grow, having playlists of different genres and different styles.
Yeah.
And I like that it's just going to be random. And again, some will hit, some won't, and I don't care. We're going to have fun, let the good ones rise. And I'm excited for you to hear. And I'm telling you, this Taylor track, inspired track is, I still can't play. And then to share behind the scenes, we were talking about earlier, but as I sent to Kim, the rough mix, which was like fantastic. But then I was, when you're like, I'm going to send it to the real mix. And I was like, wow, it really does make a difference to learn that it's a whole different art, right? Of mixing and engineering that I just did. It was such a fun process. So thank you for letting me sort of see along. I'm like, oh, that's really how it works. And it does sort of show, like, if you're good at that, which makes sense why a lot of the radio songs suck. If it's just produced enough, you know, some of the worst songs can still be hits, no?
That is one way to look at it, yes.
There's definitely an art to that kind of engineering, and it's really, really amazing to see. I mean, I can't really speak on any authority of it whatsoever, but my real, like, I grew up with a very sheltered view of music because I was in a household where secular music was not encouraged. And then I discovered the radio and hid in my closet and listened to things and broadened my horizons. And I eventually ended up kind of falling into trance music coming out of Sweden and Denmark. And I got absolutely obsessed. And one of the things with that is just hearing all the different ways that people did different remixes, different cuts, and that you'd have one song and they would put it out as a single and you'd have like 12 different versions and all the differences and how it could be done. And just, it's really cool to see how different hands, different minds working on the same song can still come out so differently. And I always just find that to be so fascinating to watch of how people do things. If that makes sense.
Agreed.
Indeed.
Agreed. It's a little like sweetening video, Andy, too, if you think about it. You know, I scored a TV show called Cavemen like 15 years ago.
Oh,
and,
the Geico Cavemen the show. I remember that.
They created a TV show. It didn't last long, but we did a season. And the first time it was the first time I'd scored a scripted show, and you watch the you go to see as you mix at the mix, you're watching first time you see the music in the picture, and they haven't what we call sweetened it. They haven't color corrected, they haven't audio corrected, they haven't done all these things they do. So the first time you watch it through, you're like, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't know why. And then by the end, 3-4 hours later, it's like, oh, and then it feels like a TV show. And there's those last few levels are always such a big deal anyway, in packaging entertainment. So we'll see. We'll try and we'll try and do some of this music will be a little more down and dirty and demo-y, but that's going to be fine too because it has its own charm.
Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's just good.
Yeah. Well, the truth is, it's getting easier and easier for people to make very good music now, constantly with just tech and AI and everything else. And YouTube was a huge part of that. I don't want to go on tangent, Andy, if you don't want, but for music creators, YouTube has been a massive boon because it used to be like you could work your whole life to try and get into a studio with some big mixer producer, and I didn't work on that side. I'm more on the creative writing side. But now those producers will just go on YouTube. They started 5 or 10 years ago, even going like, here's my vocal chain, here's what I plug into, here's what I do, here's how I stack this, and it's incredible what people can learn now. Those kind of arts that used to be a little bit more of a secret world. So anyway.
Yeah.
People keep asking for how to find Jude. Jude Christadell is his name, but you can look up Jude on like Spotify. But there are some other. What is this? You said there's some other Korean pop that's stuck in there, right?
Yeah. No, if you go to, I think I'm on Spotify. I'm not.
It is Jude, but you'd be warned. There's a couple of these tracks that aren't him because someone tried to.
Some girl
those K-pop stars like to own the first names, but these are all his albums. You can catch them there. There's check them out there. I guess, and all the other streamers. That's what you're looking for. Look for these albums. And then Redemption is up there too.
Oh, you're up there.
Those are the ones I would check out.
Yeah,
but yes, epic stuff, and excited to do this. What else? We got to do a Meghan Markle song.
Well, if the audio would pick up, I'd make one up for you right now. But we will. I mean,
that's so weird. Why doesn't that work?
We'll figure it out. But
you have to go in your Zoom. I think there's a Zoom button.
I honestly, Andy, I think it has something to do with the settings within Zoom because it is amazing to me how many times you have had rants and I have no idea what you've said because as soon as you get past a certain level, it's just silence. It's just silence. And I mean, it's even like, yeah, and it's even like for me, I have times where I'm recording something and then all of a sudden the mic just gives out and I'm like, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Can we not hit there?
You have to have original sound for musicians selected in your Zoom settings.
That's a thing?
Yes, it is, but sometimes it has an inverse effect, and you may not like what happens.
Because then you hear a lot of filters and stuff.
It's a lot of like feedback.
I'm just trying to see if I can do it on mine, and then I can yell, and she can finally hear me.
I wouldn't want to think.
Hold on, where's settings?
I may have to jump off here in a second.
Yeah,
Gosh.
we're gonna wrap up soon. I was just trying to see if I
Yeah.
could solve it before I go, but we'll have to play with that next time, I guess. I can't find my settings in Zoom.
I will
have to
sort it
leave
out.
to
I
do
promise the next time we do this, I'll improv a couple songs.
Can't, where the fuck's the Zoom, man? You suck, Zoom. Yes, next time you log in, check before you log in next time, check your settings and make sure they're off.
We can improv songs to comments, and then if one catches, we can just record it. You know, I used to do that live all the time, and once upon a time I've forgotten it, but someone had an MR2, like a Honda MR, some car, and I made a little song about it, and then someone showed me that on some website somewhere, a playlist of like all my songs included is MR2. Silly, stupid thing I just sang out loud. But that's out there in the universe. It's so great.
Yeah, it's always weird, the stuff that sticks.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Oh, and you
I'm
could
so
also people like the asshole song. That's what people enjoy.
I can't find it. I see Jude's Toyota.
No, Andy, stop.
Yeah.
Andy, stop.
What,
I'm sorry, what song?
It's called the asshole song.
I love
that's
it
a good
already.
one. That's a good. Do you own that one?
I don't own it. I don't own it, but it's you can.
Because Sony owns it. That's
here you
Warner's owns
Or Warner. He said
Warner.
Universal owns the publishing, probably, and then Warner probably owns the master.
This is a good one to end on.
I feel like this is going to get added to a couple playlists I have.
Your eyes are all wet now.
I can't hear it. Is it playing?
Yeah, it's low.
You know that I'm lying. I swear I was only protecting your heart. But there are some reasons, and also some pictures.
Just watching Andy's head sway. I can't hear anything.
It's the
Which, if you saw, they would rip you apart.
It's coming here.
And I won't watch you cry. Goodbye. I'm an asshole.
So calm. So beautiful. Is this, so? Is
I
that,
love
was
it.
That, does someone out there think you're an asshole, Jude? Is that what you wrote that song about?
That's another long. It's been so long since I've told the stories of these songs that I can't remember which are the real stories and which are the made up ones. But yesterday I walked down the street to get like a couple tacos, and sitting at the taco shop was clearly a touring band of guys. Clearly, and they were older than I, and the clothes didn't fit very well, but a lot of bright colors and stuff. And so I chatted them up, and nice guys. I won't say who they were. Talented. Some from Portland, some from New York, whatever. And I just had that feeling, Andy. I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad I'm off the road. You know what I mean? This is
it is a tour. It is.
It was just like, because it's a young man's game, and they were still dressed like young men out there, and I'm glad to be here in the studio. So.
Yeah, no, you be with your kids. You get to take time. I hear that's my YouTube thing. I'm like, I don't have to go out there 9 to 5 somewhere else. I can like do it from here. It's still our jobs still have its stresses, of course, but the road is not that's a young man's game.
But that's what's so beautiful about recording, because you're playing and I can hardly hear it. But I always say to people, like, I didn't get as far in the business as I thought I was going to get, but creatively I got farther than I ever imagined, and I'm just so lucky that there's recordings of it, because that's all I ever wanted. So anyway, now you
I can relate. It's not. I mean, you actually created original work that meant a lot for people, for viewers, for listeners, like that still have it on their playlist or played at their weddings. Like that's such a thing. But I can relate in that. Like, it's like the honest trailers of it all. Like there are some of those I'm so proud of.
Oh my God!
And even though I don't own it, and that the record label, whatever I want to call them, stole it all. It's such a nice thing to still be like, you know what? I can get over that, but I can still be proud of all the work that's been done.
Oh, you should
and that's a good place to be, where you can own and do your new work, but still be like, yep, I love that stuff. It's like the child actor who refuses to address the role everybody likes. It's like, come on.
No one can take that away. The stuff you did with Deadpool.
Yeah, it's unfortunate now. All that good I made with Ryan Reynolds is in the toilet.
I'm sorry, I guess that's the wrong one to bring up.
I'm sorry, I still love the Michael Bolton. I love
Michael Bolton. We can say Michael Bolton.
The Bolton thing was incredible. Were you before? Were you before the Pirates one?
Which one?
Were you before Jack Sparrow or after it?
He did Jack Sparrow before us.
Okay.
He did Jack. That's part of the appeal, because I knew he did comedy.
Right. He's
And
naturally
so,
Did I ever tell you? I have an anecdote about him when I first came out to, and I know he's
Jack
sick.
Sparrow or Michael Bolton?
Michael Bolton. It's a good one. I think I've told you, but one of my first meetings with my publishers, I remember I was 26, and they asked me at the dinner at lunch how old I was, and I'd heard they were only signing people who were 25 and under. I was like, I'm 24. So I started lying on my age, and we're having this conversation, and I don't know why, but Michael Bolton's name passed, and I was like, what is, and at the time it was 90s, I couldn't stand the music, and it was like, how is he such a star? And this publisher said to me, he goes, listen, I'll tell you exactly why. He's like, he's one of the funniest motherfuckers you will ever meet in life.
Yes.
He was like he's super charming and people like him, and so he never stopped, he never went away, and he's people have been rooting for him for a long time, and I'll never forget that. And then years later, when I saw him actually using his humor, it was nice, because I was stunned at the time. I was like, what do you mean he's funny? He's like, he is unbelievably funny. Isn't that great?
It is. I honestly, I loved The Lonely Island. They kind of were like a really big deal when I was in high school going into college. So it was right there. And Jack Sparrow was my jam. I would put that on all the time. And unironically, too, I genuinely did love the song. I thought it was just so funny, but it also was so infectious. It just got in your head. And even the dance break was just nuts. And I'm like, I love this so much. This is everything. And then just the fact that when you had those moments where he just popped in and now back to the good part. I'm like, stop. That's just ridiculously funny.
Yeah, it's great.
It's wild because I have this one, which we'll end on because I know you got to go. But we did this Game of Thrones song, which I wish I could just post this on the channel because I'm so proud of it. But we made an original theme as if Michael Bolton made the Game of Thrones theme song, which is very much what we're doing here.
Oh, I remember that.
And it's like,
with his voice, incredible. Yeah, they should have used it.
There's a wall around my heart. I'm a wolf in dragon's clothing, and it's tearing me apart.
But anyway, hold on, wait.
I see it in the flames. Get ready for the rain. Our love is not a game of thrones.
Shame.
Our love is not a game of thrones.
He does the runs here, which I was so excited to be in the studio. Hold on, Hodor, hold the door to my heart.
I know you wrote all that, I know.
So many names in the game. But I was just saying, between that and the Willy Wonka, when we worked with them, I'm just like, I can tell, even though I didn't have anything to do with Jack Sparrow, I can tell Michael was very much more involved in getting that song even more catchy and produced than Lonely Island did, because Lonely Island was great, and they had clearly a good producer helping them, but still, you can tell musically, Bolton, from my experience, because he helped us so much too, to have Bolton in the studio, layering and figuring out how to adjust it. He's fucking brilliant. I'm a huge fan. I've always been a fan, but I sending out lots of love and family to his family and him, because I know he's sick and getting recouping. But he deserves so much respect. What a legend! What a voice!
Yeah, no, he's one of those guys. You're happy he succeeded because he had something magical and he got to share with the world, and he apparently is a wonderful guy too. So
such a cool dude. Well, Jude, I don't want to keep you and everybody else. We should start winding down, even though I got to keep these watch. How much? I'm going to hang for 7 more minutes to get it to 1 hour and 90. That way we got 90 more minutes with 1,000 people or more watching, which is woohoo, close to our 3,000 watch hours. That's going to, how does that work? If 1,000 people watch for 3 hours, does that solve the problem?
I think so. I think you rocked it.
So if we get to an hour and a half, all I got to do is one more, and we should have gotten over the hump. So that's my goal. Any final thoughts, Jude, before you go?
No, I got to go deliver a bunch of music to a Housewives show for Bravo. So that's what
what a life.
That's what I got to do. Some dramedy cues.
Can you give us a cue without giving too much away? Was it a tense scene? Was it a sneaky scene?
I'll tell you what it's like. Here's a folder about to going forward. Folders going in right now include stuff like dramedy orchestral, competition, light tension, poolside chill, pop openers, spooky act, tropical tension, That's it. Dramedy, beat-driven comedy, hip-hop comedy,
Tension.
crime drama, big act-out, dramatic tensions. Those are great. When it goes
Big
before the commercial and they're like, no, she didn't. Yes, he did. Oh, my God. Boom. Those are like, we call those like classical cross-cutting stuff. Those are fun.
Well, that's what's great about your library. With people ever cutting music and need a library, you go to Patron Saints. I love you sent me great trailer tracks because you need those boom, boom, boom cues or what trailers are, and not enough of these. Because I'm on Artlist or someone, it's not nearly as good as your library. And they just, I'm killing. I'm like, oh, give me, and then
we haven't made our library available to the public, but we think about it sometimes. But it's but it's available to you. So yeah, let's
woohoo, woohoo.
Filling us candy.
This one's your song. I still don't know what song it is.
Can't hear.
Can't hear it.
The Popcorn Planet theme is from your library.
Oh, Tony DeMito recorded that.
Yeah, so if you wanted to fuck me, you could really fuck me and just suddenly monetize that song.
Please don't.
Told you, I whitelisted it a long time ago.
Okay, I have to ask though.
Yeah.
Andy, you had mentioned here is the hottest guy, or who is the hottest guy?
Yeah, Jude can't hear it.
You have to send me the audio of it, and then I'll find it.
The problem is the audio's in my road, and I can't. Here's what I do. Hold on, ready?
Big hi-hat.
Hold on. I'm gonna record this really quick, and I'm gonna send it to Jude. Here we go. Hold on. After I call, Here we go. Recording now. He's gonna hear it in the playback when I record it. Hold on. Wait for it.
MP3 it to me in an email.
Yeah.
Who is the hottest guy?
It has
That's
given
it.
so much joy to this.
I just do
community.
this as a loop.
Yeah, that's it.
Everyone loves this song.
Okay.
Who is the hottest guy? And typically we'd have two hot guys on screen.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of my temp, just stall music. I'll send that to you later.
All right.
That way you can listen to it and tell me what the fuck song that is, because I'm pretty sure that's from your library too.
We could crowdsource more lyrics, or we could just do like a litany of male names.
It could just be ask the audience, vote down below, one or two.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
All right. Who is the hottest guy? So that way they can hear the song. And I'll just put photos of hot guys, blank or blank. And then the next one, blank or blank. And that was it. So someone could make a good comment. Can you make a song, Who is the Hottest Guy? And maybe that'll be an easy video for you all to enjoy.
And then we can do
the deep cuts.
We can best French fries. Who's the tastiest fry?
French fries.
How about this one for your channel? What is the bigger lie?
Ooh.
Yeah. I like that.
That's actually a good contest, week to week.
Yeah.
Who told the bigger lie?
They're all voting for you as hotter than me. Thanks, chat. What is the biggest lie?
There it was, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, jeez.
I
wasn't gonna put a poll because I knew I'd lose. Anyway. Bravo, Jude. Bravo. Thank you. Excited for this. Go do what you got to do. Go get those housewife cues out. I'll wrap up with Kim, but salute. Stay tuned. More coming, and we will talk soon.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for welcoming me. See you. Bye.
Who's the hottest Hemsworth brother? It's a good question. All right. Well, 2 more minutes, and I've done an hour and a half. We got half. That should be more than half of our watch time hours, I think.
I mean, you've passed the threshold for subscribers as well. That's done. So that's a big one too.
How quick can we get there, chat?
Thank you so much to everybody
help
who
us
has
get there.
subbed.
It's our new mission.
What is this? What are we doing?
But it's encouraging to learn how hard is this, is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Because if we can figure out how to do it, it's just nice to know, okay, we could do this for others or for us. It's a good sort of asset to know, like, cool, we're launching something. I don't want to do it too often, but just curious how it works.
Could there be like a Wicked parody?
Ooh, a Wicked when Wicked 2 comes out, for sure.
I am like on the edge of my seat right now because the trailer is supposed to be coming out and they're saying that No Good Deed is going to potentially be in the trailer, and I'm going to lose my mind. Someone's going to have to come and get me out from under my desk because I'm just going to be like...
A Wicked one would be very good. We got to figure out what the Wicked parody is. I mean, I got it. We need to do a Wicked style song for Hold Space. Right? Like a whole Broadway hold space. I am holding space for you, but it's got to be legit. Is that too old at this point, or do you think that could still work?
No, I think it could work.
Like it's as if it's a lost cut from Wicked. Please, I want you to holding space. Is it, what was the quote? Holding space?
You know what? I feel like you could do a holding space with loathing.
Yeah, but I still think you want to have it sound Wicked-esque. So it's
No,
its
I know,
own,
no.
It's like a
No,
lost song from Wicked.
I know, but like loathing inspired of, because you know, I'm trying to like figure out how we can make this work.
Holding space with you.
Oh gosh, like there's so many ways that you could do it, but would you want it more epic than that though? Like, would you want more of like a Defying Gravity type?
Right, but I still feel like the hook, you need a good line or a hook that makes sense for the pop culture parody.
Yeah.
Holding space was the quote?
Yeah. People are holding space for that.
That's the best quote ever.
You know what it even could be too? Like, I don't know if you've heard Ariana Grande talk about it. Like, if she's explained it. Because she was equally as confused as everyone else was. Of her just being like, what are we doing? I didn't know what to do, so I just grabbed her finger. Like, it could be like Ariana's internal monologue. What are we doing? What does that mean?
Holding space in the style of Wicked is exactly what this channel is born for.
Yeah.
So when that's happening and we're doing and we have a week, quick, we got to do it. And we got to run, and hopefully we'll get, you don't know, next week something drops. We're like, oh shit, Jude's got to go and make the song, and we go write the song quick. But that's the goal of this channel, because if I just doing that on Popcorn Planet once in a while is less involved, and then Jude's got some stake on the channel, so it makes him more incentivized. I'm like, great, we can all get involved. We're all going to be happy. So that's our goal. Stay tuned. A lot of exciting possibilities. Hopefully we have some fun stuff that pops in here over the months as we keep going. And I can promise you, one is coming soon. It's coming. Hold space for it, because it's coming. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you guys to hear this one. I really do think this is, a lot of you, some of you are really going to put this on a playlist. Like, I've ran to it. Like, it's good. It's like, because the goal of this song for me, I'm trying not to give too much. The goal of this song was to uplift everybody. Like, I was like, in success, it's funny. In success, it's like has the connections. But in real success, like Justin or anybody is going to hear and go, fuck yeah. And I feel like I actually feel like we hit all the marks. We checked all the boxes.
I'm not going to lie, though. I feel like in a lot of ways, like this, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like it is, in a lot of ways, it is like an anthem. And it is something that I think people can relate to in a lot of ways sometimes. And I guess with the theme of everything, of it being with Taylor and Blake, and just her feeling like potentially she's been taken advantage of, those types of things, finding that voice for yourself to be able to, can I guess say, like, stand up for yourself almost, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, like that type of a moment I think is really important. And I do feel like there aren't a huge amount of songs out there specifically about that. It's always about loving another person or the way that somebody has hurt you, but it's very, very rarely, I think sometimes, do you have songs that are almost self-lovish in that thing of just being like, no, I'm standing up for me. And I think that's a great thing.
100%.
I hope that's not giving too much away. I hope that's
way
not
bigger than, no, but that was what was so, I think that's what made it better than I expected, because I'm like, oh shit, this is giving me goosebumps. Like, this is actually good. This is inspiring me. And then there's two things I'll leave you with as we wrap up. It does, anyway, it's not Taylor Swift. This is not a Taylor Swift song. It's inspired by Taylor Swift. Okay. I don't see how she can sue us or stop us, because we don't use anything of Taylor's. This is all original.
And I want to be clear too, vocally, the vocals are not a sound-alike to Taylor Swift.
No.
The vocalist that is here
is a fantastic vocalist who sings, I would say, maybe better than Taylor. to be perfectly honest.
Some of the notes, like,
yeah,
producer sister and I were looking at each other going, I'm sorry.
Yeah, honestly, it's better than Taylor, but it's Taylor inspired.
It's oh my gosh.
It's Taylor
like,
inspired, just like,
yeah.
every artist is inspired by others.
You could have stopped
I will
at like
end
a
you with
7,
this.
but
Another
you went to a
thing I'm
10.
immensely proud of, and Jude tried to push back at one point on it, but I got the word basement in there and it fits beautifully. It's like, I was like, can I get basement in there and actually have it work? Because that was one of the lines that Jude pushed back. He's like, I don't know, that's gonna feel like it's a parody song. And I'm like, no. And then we cracked it and he got it in there. And I was so ecstatic that we managed to sneak the word basement in a way that you'll hear. Oh,
it's also the
chef's
drop
kiss.
after that too. Because that's,
exactly. But
that's
I'm saying,
always
like,
the moment for me.
I managed to get the basement reference in and it actually works. And oh my God, get excited. I know I'm sorry I'm teasing, but we're not ready yet. It's close.
I may need to have that song whitelisted on my channel just because I may just break out into it when I feel
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
it,
yeah.
'cause it's
That
fun.
one is. Well, trust me, you'll be good for you. But they are gonna ding anybody who plays it. They're gonna ding it because again, that was part. There was a lot of money and time spent on that song, way more than I expected. But we all got so excited. They're like, yeah, it's okay. But I want to make sure the people, because I wrote the lyrics. I'll take that win. But they took the lyrics and made it so much better. So it's not my song. I can't own the song. It's all of ours. But get ready. I really do think you're gonna play it. You will play it twice. I'll know it's a hit if you hear it and you're like, I got to play that again. And I that's my hype of you. I think for people who like this style of music and like the topic, you will be excited. You will enjoy this, and I'm excited for you to hear it. Sorry for the delays or for the tease. But stay tuned. It's coming. Let's get these watch hours up. Thank you for people offering to watch it. Keep it going. Do I trim this? Do I just keep it? What do you think, Kim?
I just keep it. Because the thing is, if people watch it again, though, Andy, and they watch the whole thing, that's more watch hours.
I know, but don't you think more people will watch the 10-minute version than the hour-and-a-half-minute version?
I mean, you have a 10-minute video up on the channel if people want to watch and get a quick intro to what we're doing, right?
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll let it sit tonight and see how it goes. Let's see.
See how it goes.
But there it is. All right. I'm good. We got a lot to do. I got to get back to editing. I got to go get Sawyer. I got a lot to do. So thank you guys for watching. I might try and do this again. I don't think I can do it tomorrow. I may not even be able to join you, Kim, tomorrow.
Really?
I don't think I told you about that yet. I'll talk to you after the show. I will try to, or I might be able to phone in if you can run it, and then I'll just react as you read things, maybe.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that later. But Friday's show, they go Friday too, right?
Yes.
Fridays I'll be here for, and then I may try to do one more of these just so we can get that cross, because then Monday I'm out. And I actually leave earlier Monday than I anticipated, so be prepared. But this weekend I'll be doing stuff, and I'll be nonstop doing stuff. So excited. Yay. I got a lot to finish, but we're going to do it. Sawyer's feeling great. Sawyer finally got a bath. That's a hard thing to do when you have a leg cast.
Yes.
But I just got the text. That's why I was distracted earlier. He did finally get clean. Thank God. The 13-year-old, you can imagine, it's a struggle with a leg cast.
Oh,
but I'm told it happened. It happened. So I'm going to go see him finally because his mom clearly needs a break because it's been a lot over the past week. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you guys so much for the kind words and thoughts and watching and for helping here. We'll have more coming. I'm going to try drop some little things over the weekend. So please enjoy and get excited. And obviously stay tuned to Planet and support Kim, while I'm out next week. We'll have some stuff prepped, I hope. If not, you know what, Kim, I'm allowed to take a fucking break. So the channel will exist. We'll bring it back up. It is what it is.
I am confident that we will be able to have something on the channel pretty much every day except for that Monday. But I will do my absolute best.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. Well, if we have to take a couple days, couple weeks, we're allowed to go dark. But we won't even be dark. You'll be doing your recaps.
No, we're not going to be dark.
So, but I'm going to try to get some other stuff prepped, including the trailer, the song. So there'll still be some hopefully other big content for you guys to get excited for. So wish me well. Wish me luck. I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Jude. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everybody else. We got a lot coming your way here on all the channels, except for Palace. I may just take a break from Palace for a bit. I didn't even mean to purposely leave it with that last video of it. Are we shutting the channel down? I am not shutting the channel down, but I'm just sort of too bogged down to make time to care about Meghan Markle shenanigans right now. There's too many other important things I'm excited about. So I don't even know if that just might go dark for a month, and then I'll come back and surprise everybody, and we'll figure that out when I'm
You know what? When
less
there's
slammed.
something that you feel like it needs to be covered, I'm sure you'll run to
Yeah,
it.
she just posted a weird video on Instagram dancing with her belly. I almost did it, but I just didn't have time. But yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back. It's not dead, but stay tuned. And meanwhile, my energy that I have, my time I have available to help to do palace stuff, I had to basically put here. I diverted to this to get the song going, and so triage is what sometimes this job is. YouTube triage. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Kim. We'll talk soon, everybody. Adios. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe to Popcorn Music. I don't know if I trim this or not. I'm going to say, I don't know if I trim the video, but if I didn't, how about I'll do this? We might have done a lot of other stuff in case I trimmed it. I made this little outro. So watch it as a member of Run Planet. That makes no sense. I'm probably just going to keep all this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Music. Hit the bell for all alerts. There was a longer show, but I trimmed it for more people to try to find it. We'll try to be live here again, but live shows is not what to expect here. Expect original, fun music inspired by pop culture. So leave your comments down below, people. We already had a good idea. What if we did some Hold Space to the theme of Wicked? What about a playlist that's inspired by White Lotus for study music? That'll make you think cool things. Leave your comments down below. Leave your ideas. We got a lot more coming here on Popcorn Music. Thanks for watching, everybody.